Hello everyone, this is Nowrid and welcome to I Am Social. Today we have two special guests with us and we are going to talk about social media marketing challenges and trends we might see in Malaysia for 2020. Stay tuned. So let me introduce Mallory. She is an award-winning coach. She is an entrepreneur and also the co-founder of Work Inspires. And alongside with Mallory, we have Reuben. He is an entrepreneur, public speaker, and also working with Lead as the head of marketing. So guys, I'm really happy to have you guys here. Welcome to I Am Social.
Thanks for having us.
So I think it will be great if you guys can introduce yourself a little bit, because I know you guys are amazing, but it will be great if you can just say something to our audience that what you're into and like what else exciting things you guys are doing.
Okay.
You can start first, Mallory.
Okay, ladies first then. So, hi, my name is Mallory. I'm the co-founder of Work Inspires. And what Work Inspires essentially do is we help companies to make learning and development or engagement fun for your workplace. In other words, we turn work inspiring. A bit about myself, I'm an accountant turned entrepreneur. I did ACCA, feel like I'm going to be a horrible financier. So here I am, being an entrepreneur for about 7 years now and have a full passion in people development.
Hi, my name is Reuben. I'm a marketer. I spend a lot of time as head of marketing at Lead, where we teach 3 main courses in data science, digital marketing, and also web development. Besides that, I do marketing for companies where I help them with their marketing strategies, and a lot in digital marketing where we talk about SEO, social media marketing, and all that, and we help them to grow their businesses to get more customers in a nutshell. So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, that's great. So guys, as I told beginning that we're going to talk about social media marketing, especially from like what is happening in Malaysia. So what I have seen that most of the companies in Malaysia, they're heavily relying on Facebook and Instagram. And the funny thing is, they're not even active on other social media platform, and some of them even don't have their own website. So I feel like it's pretty scary. And what do you think? Like, is it a right time for them to explore other social media platform, or they can still continue with Facebook and Instagram for like next 2 to 3 years?
I think a lot of businesses focus a lot on Facebook and Instagram. That's because a lot of people do that, right? So they sort of do become a copycat person that follows the next business or does their marketing on Facebook, and they do all that because someone else is doing that, the competitors is doing that, right? And a lot of businesses don't have website because having a website is harder compared to just building up a Facebook page, right? But doing that, they put themselves into a very dangerous spot where Facebook can be just closed up one day. Exactly. So if they're going to close out their page one day and they're gone, right? Their business is just dead like that, right? So I think it's really important to have a website. I'm sure you have a website, you have a website, I have a website, and that just basically shows to everyone how important it has to have like a mothership, a website, and then focus on maybe Facebook and Instagram. And then depending on the capacity, that's when they only look into going to other types of social media. So my way is I will focus on the 1 or 2 channels that will give that the most ROI in terms of engagement, attention, before going vertically into other types of social media.
Interesting though, because like I think also depends a lot about the industry that you're in. For example, for our industry, we do a lot of B2B market. So as much as I like to focus on Facebook and Instagram, that kind of just put us as a millennial young company. But my main audiences are actually on LinkedIn. So I spend more effort building my LinkedIn rather than building my Facebook or Instagram, mainly because our audiences that generates income is on LinkedIn. But yes, I do agree, Facebook is like your must-have. That determines for me. Whenever I buy, I will always look at a website, because without a website, it's like you can't tell whether it's real or not.
Whether the company is dodgy or not, right?
It's like the effort you put in a website is like dressing up when you go shopping.
Right.
You know, you put in effort to look good.
And I think another reason what I find, like, it's very easy to run Facebook ads. Like, there's an option called Boost Post, and everyone can do that. They don't even bother to use Ad Manager. So I think this is probably another reason. But yeah, I agree with Mallory and Reuben that some clients actually, when they're looking for like a company to do the business, they actually look for the website to identify that they're really valid or not. Okay, so as you're talking about the platforms, so what do you think, like, which 3 platforms will rule in Malaysia in 2020. Yeah, we know that Facebook and Instagram
Definitely.
is on the top,
Right.
but apart from Facebook and Instagram, which three social media platform can play a significant role?
Is Facebook a social media platform? I mean, is YouTube a social media platform?
Yeah, I think it's a high time to consider them as a social media platform because they have no stories.
Yes.
And doing live options. So yeah, I think we can.
So I think in terms of B2B and business,
Yeah.
right, the three top platforms I have to choose would be Facebook, right, has to be LinkedIn,
Okay.
and Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was saying like apart from Facebook and Instagram,
Right.
any other three social media platform you'd like
Three
to
social
recommend?
media, other three
Yeah.
social media platforms.
Yeah.
YouTube definitely is one of them,
Okay.
right? And there's a rise of like mobile platforms as well, like TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just
yeah,
about to
Something
say
you-
TikTok.
It can't be missed at all.
Yeah, actually, you know, like what is interesting, what I have find in last 4 months that the Malaysian youth are really into Twitter. So I had an idea that no one uses Twitter, but I made at least like 25 to 30 people. They said they just use Twitter because they can share any shit over there. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do see. I see that, but a lot of times I see is that Twitter has been a platform for people to release stress in some sense.
Yeah.
It's just a blurt of
Right.
whatever I'm feeling and with no filter kind of concept.
Exactly. And same time, what I've seen, like, yeah, people are not using Facebook for the sake of like using, they're just doing it, but they're moving to TikTok and Snapchat as well. What do you guys think of like these two platforms?
For me, like I think Facebook has served its time. Like there's an era of it. If you look at it,
Yeah.
the ones that are on Facebook were like our era and
Okay.
older. I mean, not to say anything, but the
Yeah.
ones younger are going more on like TikTok and whatnot or Instagram even. I think the reason mainly because of attention span.
Okay.
Because like Facebook, you normally see very long posting on Facebooks. And generally people who post, it's more for branding purposes. So people who reads it are more mature and somewhat more branding purposes, or either there's too much trash on it. Because
Okay.
Facebook has turned into a business portal rather than just a social media portal.
Right.
And it becomes, sometimes you just want a social media.
Right.
TikTok on the other hand has become like a trend phenomenon.
Right.
Where Snapchat, you know, but you know Snapchat has its story.
Right.
So but like with TikTok, it's becoming a trend. It's short. It's like Insta story.
And
It's
funny.
short and funny, and you
Yeah.
see all kinds of things,
Right.
and it becomes something that like all millennials are these days, trend followers.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like some people are saying, oh, TikTok is trash, but I think this is like the human nature.
Yeah.
When they're not used to with something, they try to call it like trash, and like it's not making any sense. That's what happened with Facebook and Instagram. If you guys remember, like 7 years back when I
Companies
was,
banned
yeah, I was
Facebook.
talking with the client about like Facebook ads. They said, oh, you know, like we don't do Facebook ads. It's for like kids. And the same thing happened is for like now Snapchat and like TikTok. So yeah, I completely agreed. Like we should keep focus on like TikTok and like Twitter and Snapchat.
Also, again, it comes back to what industry, like what Reuben said, what industry you're in the sense. If you're
Yeah.
targeting a more B2C market, then perhaps, you know,
Right.
you're always selling to millennials, go where the millennials go. If you're
Exactly.
selling to like, you know, CEOs and CHROs, well, may not
Probably
be on
LinkedIn.
TikTok lah.
Don't worry, my favorite platform is LinkedIn.
yeah, that's where we are friends.
I don't have much experience with TikTok.
Okay.
But of course you have to get like the scoop of what's going on around the whole platform itself. I think TikTok is something that has gotten its fame because of the rise of influencers.
Okay.
Right, so it's a very influencer-driven social media platform,
Right.
where people on the platform has to be creative to build
Right.
a following, right?
True.
So because of that, there's a lot of community right now
Right.
on the platform, and therefore brands are seeing value in that, especially brands like social brands like apparels, t-shirts,
Right,
things
right.
like that. They will definitely find a lot of value in that. So those are the brands who actually find a lot of value in platforms like TikTok, which is driven by an influencer kind of approach, rather
Right.
than a community approach like Facebook.
Yeah.
True.
Right?
True. Okay, now let's talk about the challenges. Like I mean, no doubt that social media is probably one of the most powerful tool we are having right now. You talk about marketing, sales, personal branding, social awareness. I mean, social media is something you definitely needs to consider, right?
Right.
But on the other side, what I have seen, I'm pretty sure you guys also have seen. My question is first to you, Mallory, because you are kind of like co-founder of a company. So, my question is like some of the companies are really not sure how it works. They don't believe that social media marketing is like really effective. So they're still in doubt that is really a thing to try, or they should stay with like their usual marketing stuff. So what is your feedback on that? Why they cannot, I mean, get the best out from the social media marketing?
I think let's take from my perspective as an entrepreneur, right? When I first started, my biggest confusion is which social media do I go to? Because when you start, you're lean. You only have you, yourself, and maybe a few co-founders and partners, that's it.
Right.
And then you'll be like, okay, I can't be spending 24/7 on my Facebook, or my Instagram, or my LinkedIn, and then I have to juggle the three, and then the timing to post the content is different, the style of writing is different. It becomes a lot of work.
True.
So for me, I remember when I first started, my biggest concern is which one do I go to, and how do I make it the most seamless way possible, because I need things fast. And I think with that comes to, from a company perspective, the question comes back to ROI. Like, what is the returns when I post on certain places or I invest in certain places? For example, take LinkedIn. LinkedIn's investment's a lot more higher compared to Facebook or Instagram, for the matter. And so for me to think, if I say, okay, I'm going to invest in LinkedIn because most of my audience are on LinkedIn, my question comes back to, then how do I know how long will it take to get ROI? Because LinkedIn is not Facebook or no, actually it's not like most social media platforms, in the sense where you cannot hard sell something.
True.
Okay.
You only get reaction by adding value, building relationships, building community, that kind of concept. And that's not something like, hey, I boast this amount for this event and then it's going to happen. And I'm going to get sales, because everybody there values relationship much more than sponsor ads.
Yeah, right.
So that's where, but my audience are LinkedIn, so what do I do about it? So I think in most companies, that's the dilemma that we have. It's that where I put my money in, if I only have this amount of resources, and how do I know where generates which returns, and is that the right audience that I want? Because like Facebook and Instagram may be a good place for me to boost events, but I don't have my audiences there. Unless I'm doing some youth events, then fine. But if not, then not really.
So it's like you're saying, like identifying the platform is really important.
Identifying the platform, knowing what to do with the platform, maximizing the potential of the platform. And because of that, they are good. Companies tend to go back to where they used to be. So it's like, this is too much headache. Let us go back to traditional marketing, where I know where my money goes and I know what ROI is generated from it.
Okay. Reuben, what's your thought on it?
I think I answered most of it, right?
Sorry.
When it comes to social media platforms, right? Like to add on what you said, so I think a lot of companies, they spend too much time on thinking which platform to go to, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, and then they debate all over it without actually doing the real work.
True.
Right?
True.
So to me, in social media, based on my experience, things can be very unpredictable, right? Sometimes what you want to work does not work, and what you don't expect working end up working, right?
True.
So that's always happening in social media. So my approach, and what I think a lot of companies should do, is they should first understand the types of people who are using the social media platforms, and why are they using those social media platforms, right? Why are they on Facebook, and or why are they on LinkedIn? So you're right for most of the part, right? If you're looking for a B2B kind of like relationship, that's where to go. I mean, LinkedIn is where you want to go. People who go on Facebook are probably people who want to just spend some time and burn some time while they are on a train on to work, or they're just bored or something. So they want to see entertaining stuff. Right. So choosing the platform comes down to understanding why people are going onto the platform, what is their aspirations behind doing that, what's the habits and what's the behavior on those platforms. So I think that's the first thing I would do when it comes to choosing a social media platform.
Actually, what I feel when I talk with few people or like clients, that most of the clients or the companies are not sure what they're expecting from the social media activities. So if you're spending like 1,000 ringgit or even 5,000 ringgit, if you're asking what they're expecting, they're not sure. They're chasing some vanity metrics like likes, share. Even I saw a few companies are spending like thousands and 2,000 ringgit to get like page likes, which is actually not adding any value, because now social media is like, especially Facebook, if you post something, it's actually reaching 1% of your total followers. So there's no point of like getting page likes. So I feel like they don't know what to expect from their social media activities. What do you think?
That's true. Having page, but that said, having page likes is still important if you are starting off a new Facebook page. I mean, if you're a business and you have like 10 likes,
Yeah.
then the perception that you're giving out to people out there is like, okay, nobody knows this company. So I think page likes is important to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But other than that, definitely you wouldn't want to chase for page likes and comments and shares, but rather look into the way that you can get ROI from the engagements and also people that you have on social media, on Facebook, for example.
Okay, you'd like to add something with it, Mallory?
Yeah, about the where I invest in, I do completely agree in the sense where, because like I said, companies are not sure what to do with the social media platform.
Right.
So because of that, it becomes to vanity, like you said, because that's
Yeah.
what, I think in everything ROI, like marketing is a ROI per se,
Yeah.
and everything that's intangible, people want to see tangible.
Yeah.
So people want to see that, hey, likes is tangible, reactions tangible, comments are tangible. Whether it adds value or not is a different story, but it's tangible. I can see, touch it.
Yeah. Right.
So that's why at the end of the day, back to why companies invest in social media, it comes down to what's the ROI for marketing, where you get audience. And I think I learned something very important, which is who your audiences are.
Right.
So I'd like to add something with it, which is not directly related with social media marketing. I feel like most of the C-levels don't know how this social media marketing works. So that's why they're missing out few things, and one of the major thing they're missing out there is Google search ad, because in Facebook ad, what they're doing, they can see the ads, they can see the posts, they can see the likes, and they can make an assumption like, okay, we're doing great. Yeah, even if they're not doing great, probably they assume like we're doing great. And at the same time, they cannot see the search ads, probably like the Facebook. So they're missing out that part. And I think it's a high time, especially for the Malaysian business, they should take a look into Google AdWords. So Reuben, what do you think about
You
it?
mean companies should look into AdWords?
Yeah, companies should add the AdWords and the search engine marketing into their digital marketing ecosystem.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, I definitely agreed with you. I think a lot of customers in what I know, whether it's B2C or B2B, right? A lot of customers, what they do is they go on Facebook, right? So let's talk about customer today.
Yeah.
This customer, let's say he is a person, he goes on Facebook, scrolls because he's bored, sees an ad, right? Clicks into the ad, but he does not necessarily buy the product or services the first time this person sees the ad, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He goes off Facebook, next 3 days later he comes back to Facebook, sees the ad again, or see a social media post or organic post from the company offering this product or service, right?
Yeah.
The next thing he's going to do is he's going to go on Google,
Yeah.
start searching for this product or the brand or something that he can remember after seeing that ad, right?
Yeah.
And what comes up? You either have SEO, where you have your site ranked up there, or you have Google Ads to help you be searchable online. So that's basically the ecosystem that I think is so important that companies should look at as well. So they shouldn't just put everything into Facebook, but what about the searchability on Google as well? So I think that's really important.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, like 100%. That's something I need help in.
I think people are totally ignoring the SEO and Google AdWords. Like 90% of the companies are ignoring it, right?
Which I'm quite shocked, because all of us Google something. Like when you want to know what to do, you Google. You know where to find where to eat. You don't go on Facebook to say where to eat. You go on Google to say where to eat.
Yeah.
You look for holidays. Whether even for us, when you look for a service provider, you go on Google to search for a service provider.
Yeah.
You're lucky if they remember your name. So but you need the right everything to fall into place in order for you to be searchable. And these days, attention span is so short. People don't go past page 1.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, you don't even scroll to the end of page 1.
Yeah.
You just look at the top 3, top 4 things. This must be important because it's on the top.
True. And like I'd like to give you a nice insight that we have added Google Ads like 4 to 5 months back in our ecosystem. So what we used to do, we used to run traffic ad in Facebook, and then we used to do the retargeting. But instead of, we did what? We add the Google Ads and adding some keywords, and then our conversion becomes like getting better, 40%, and our price is dropping up to like 30%. So just we have added the Google Ads in our like digital marketing ecosystem. So it's like amazing.
Yeah.
It's high time people should learn that.
Yeah.
But I think that's where complications come into place. Because like you see, Facebook, I see it, I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because you see people doing it. And then you see Instagram, the shops on Instagram and things like that. You get it, how people put advertisement. And then you tell them Google AdWords. And then they go, how does this Google thing work? Because Google becomes so complicated.
Yeah, true. It's not easy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they hire someone to come in, and if lucky, we get good people.
Right,
then,
right.
you know, things work out great when I explain to you thoroughly. But I
Yeah.
personally have experience where someone come and teach me, okay, this is what you should do, and everything was in jargons, and I just look at that person and go, in layman terms, please, because I don't understand. And I can just imagine, I'm like 20 something, and I'm looking at it and go, okay, I roughly get it. And then when I look at the CEOs and I imagine them, all these are so new.
Yeah.
And they're transitioning, you know, they had a few transitions in life and different experiences, and they go,
Right.
I can make business decisions better than I can make Google AdWords decisions. So I think that's where services are very important, to have people, right, good talents to properly guide and teach
Yeah.
and make it layman friendly in some sense.
Actually, you know, like what I was recently thinking, that launching a digital marketing course for the C level, because what Mallory said, that's what I've heard from like most of the CEOs, that
Right.
they don't understand, because probably they hire an agency and they don't know what to expect. Probably they hire an employee who looks pretty like attractive, great, but when they start working, it's probably not meeting their expectation.
Right.
So I think it's a high time to make an easy digital marketing course for
Yes,
C-level, right?
Right,
First
right.
to buy. I
So,
get it.
so that they understand and can get invested in the activities that their executives are going to carry out, right?
Yeah.
So you can take initiative and I can be the trainer.
See?
Definitely.
Okay, client number one. But I completely agree with you, because I
Yeah.
think human beings are just like that. Where it's difficult to learn things, especially when this fast pace where information is all available,
Right.
but there's too much information available. You cannot process, and you Google how to do Google Ads, and they will give you things, and even I don't understand. And I
Yeah.
really pity these companies, because end of the day, those are the key things they need,
True,
and sometimes
True.
it's the main thing they need.
true. And you cannot, I mean, get the idea for like about like everything. So
Yes.
yeah, it's a challenge. So another thing, like I'm a big fan of like digital ads. I mean, I'm really not into like traditional ads, but if you see like some companies are really into like taking like billboards and like paper ads. So, but what I believe, like when I see, I can't remember that I make a call or I made a query after seeing a billboard. So to me, it's really high time to go on like digital marketing rather than offline or traditional marketing. So what's your thought on it? Like, is traditional still like adding value, or it's like digital where you should go all in?
I think traditional adds so much value.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
how?
All right, you watch Netflix, right?
Yeah, I do.
You watch Netflix, right?
Yeah.
You see Netflix on billboards?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen their
Netflix
shows
is a
on-
digital company.
No, but I never subscribed Netflix by seeing billboard.
True, but the brand is in your head.
Yeah. That's what I was about to
But
say.
actually, I'll argue in here, because what I remember, I get to know about Netflix by seeing digital ads, and then when I see the billboard, I feel like, wow, they also have the billboards.
Right.
That's how I can relate.
So they must be an amazing company, right?
Yeah.
Because they're everywhere. You're always seeing it.
Correct. I think
Okay.
that follows the concept out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
The more you see it, it becomes familiar. Like, okay, this is a very layman talking, okay? So
Okay.
we have this session, my friends, where we said the phone is listening to us.
Okay.
Because we're just having this conversation about going to Istanbul for holiday.
Right.
And then when we got onto Facebook, suddenly Istanbul on Facebook. So like, okay, the phone is talking us. And then because that Istanbul word, it may has always been there, but
Yeah,
this
it's
is where
scary.
NLP is, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you always see it, but you may not have looked at it properly because you never thought of going to Istanbul until the conversation came about.
Right.
So similarly, like, you know, there's so many ads on Facebook, but then when you drive around, you go like, oh, that's by Netflix.
Yeah.
And then somehow you will notice it in your phone.
Right.
And then you'll be like, it must be a sign. I should get my Netflix now.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes that is just for us to keep it in our mind. Same like franchises where they open lots of stores, and not all stores are profit making, but
Right.
they open it anyway because you want them to see like, oh, they are everywhere.
Like Starbucks.
Yes, like
Yeah, like
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Exactly like Starbucks. They are everywhere, and you'd be like, oh, they must be a very big company because
Right.
they are everywhere. So the next time you see a Starbucks ad, whether it's online or offline, and you go like, you see, this is why I should get this membership. This is why I should go and buy more cups to get that diary.
Okay. So adding, so
Yeah,
definitely the traditional marketing.
I believe
adding
traditional
value.
marketing adds so much to the whole digital ecosystem. I'm not saying that digital is not good.
Yeah.
Digital
Okay.
is definitely more affordable, more easy to enter,
Yeah.
right? And you can also track the engagements and results that you get from digital very easily compared to billboards, right? But billboards shouldn't be taken away.
Completely.
Even things
Okay.
like magazines, right? If you are selling like an expensive luxury product, for example, a very expensive watch. What's an expensive watch?
Rolex.
Rolex.
Yeah.
If you see a Rolex
stereotype.
ad, Rolex ad, right, on Facebook,
Yeah.
it kind of loses that value, right?
Okay.
So back in the past, right, before the age of all this programmatic advertising, we used to advertise based on context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm Rolex, I will advertise in expensive luxury magazines. Because
Right.
I know when someone reads luxury magazines, they are someone who is my target market, and they will appreciate seeing that ad inside that magazine. And people buy magazines to look at ads,
Yeah.
right?
Really? Okay.
I mean, like, if you buy a magazine, it's like
I mean-
easily 40% ads, right?
Yeah.
It's majority ads now. Yes.
But when it comes to digital, we are getting more and more corrupted in a way. Nowadays, marketers do not care if their ads appear next to a car crash news or whichever, right? They just care about the cheapest cost. Oh, I want to get my ad out there on Facebook at the lowest cost possible. But where is the ad appearing? Is it appearing within an application that you do not want your brand to be associated with? For
True.
example, I don't know what sort of gambling apps,
Yeah.
game apps and all that, right?
Yeah.
So the advertisements from being from a contextual advertisement is moving into, I want the cheapest, I don't care where, I just want to get seen.
Yeah.
I actually agree with it to some extent
Yeah.
because when I first came in Malaysia and I was in airport and wherever I was looking at, I was seeing yes, there's an internet providing
Yes, correct.
company.
Yes. 4G.
So I was like pretty sure it's kind of a like big brand. And when I was planning to sign up for internet, I was almost signed up for yes because wherever I go, I saw the billboard and I feel like it's a very big brand. But when I was about to sign up, my friend said, you know, like this is one of like very bad internet service we are having in Malaysia. You better go for like Unify. So I mean, it's not what I'm saying. I said
Yes,
what my
yes,
friend
yes,
said.
yes,
so
yes.
so it's like then I feel like okay, I should trust my local friend over like
Yes, of
my
course.
own intuition. So I agree. Like if I don't have any friends, probably I end up
Yes.
buying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yeah.
they pick a good place to put it, like the
Yeah.
airport.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's where billboards also.
Contextual,
Yeah,
again.
location.
Yeah.
It's very important.
And also Grab as well.
yeah.
I mean, you just feel like Malaysia only have Grab. There is nothing else. Even
Right.
we had Uber on that time, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was like all about Grab.
Yeah, because of their advertisement. and things
So
like
in the
that.
case of yes, I think it's unfortunate that their product does not live up to the way they advertise their brand itself.
Yeah.
But if their product is something that can live up to what they advertise, that'd be super amazing.
Yeah,
you
true.
appreciate the ads and you appreciate the product as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ad is really, I mean, catchy.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
really
thing.
catchy,
It's
yeah.
about, I think that's the challenge with every advert because attention span is so short these days, right?
Yeah.
So you walk, if it doesn't catch your attention, that's it. You won't see it.
Yeah.
Same with social media, same with billboards, and I think same with like what you mentioned, location where the ad appears. Location, the billboard. If you drive on some Karak highway somewhere, whatever ads are popped up, also you probably won't look at it because you're just driving. But if you are looking similarly, like if you have, let's say you're selling a car and it's next to a car crash, which I've seen, and I'm like the irony of car crash news, car,
Yeah,
and I'm like, this doesn't look right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
so
But it
location.
happens so much.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Airplane tickets coming out, advertisements for airplanes coming out with news of crashes and all that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Right, and you don't want that kind of negative brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think end of the day, it's like it's where you invest in, and that's why knowledge is important to a certain extent because you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Don't just hire someone and go, hey, do it for me.
Yeah,
And I do not know what's happening. And then next thing you know, you open your social media and you go, why is my advertisement of a car next to the car crash?
Yeah, exactly.
As we're talking about like tracking and like call to action, so my question to you guys that, I mean, to monitor your social media marketing performance, do you guys use any tool or you just use like the default tool provided by Google and Facebook?
Most of the time, we use majority is the usual tools like Google Analytics. I think that tells us a lot of different things. But we do have like supplementary tools on top of that as well.
Okay.
Tools such as like heat mapping
Okay.
and also video recordings.
Okay.
Yeah. So we want to understand the different types of habits of people from different sources. Because what we notice is, we're looking at the aggregate data, but what we notice is the habits of people who come in from Facebook versus people who come in from search on Google is totally different.
Yeah.
Right. For example, we find that people that come from Facebook spends like easily like 50%, much less on the site itself compared to people who came in from a search.
True. True.
I think for me, I'm currently using default.
Okay.
Mainly because it's easy to use and easy to understand.
Yeah.
But I do agree in some sense. What I see lacking is that
Okay.
the ability to understand consumer behavior from it.
Right.
Like all this analytics that you must actually know to analyze it. So
Right.
it's no point, showcasing to the management, hey, this is all your report
Right.
from your social media without
Yeah.
properly analyzing things. So like having, for me now, I need that in some sense. And I think a lot of businesses do, which is also why people don't convert to social media
Right.
advertising in some sense. There's a fear because if you hire someone who doesn't know how to analyze such data,
Right.
they will just give you, okay, by default, this is what Google Analytics, even Google AdWords give, this is what
Right.
it is,
Yeah.
and which is sufficient. And then the person can look at it and go, oh, numbers going up, looks good.
True. But which numbers are going
Yeah,
up?
exactly.
I'm not sure.
So that's where the consumer, and if a person who is not marketing savvy look at
Right.
it and they don't think about it,
Right.
and they'll just go, okay, so this looks good, right? And it's good, it's good. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so that's where I think one thing to have the tools, second thing to have the knowledge about how to analyze such data. So it's no point getting so many tools if you
Right.
can't. But if I have to ask you, right,
Yes.
what are your top 3 recommended tools for layman understanding?
Top 3.
Yeah.
I think you don't need one. You need like Google Analytics. Tells
Okay.
you a lot of
Yeah, it's a
different
must.
things.
Okay,
It's
so
a must,
Google Analytics, yeah?
Google Analytics tells you
So
a lot of
layman
different
is
things.
Google Analytics, that's a must.
So instead of having a lot of tools,
Yeah.
learn one tool well.
Exactly.
Right?
Actually, the basics are same. If you understand how to use one tool, then eventually you can learn
Yeah.
that how the other tool works. Honestly.
Yeah, because the fundamentals are the same, right?
Yeah.
So for example, in Google Analytics, we can tell a lot of people what they do is they track the source of their ROI, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Facebook gave me, like maybe 5 conversions, great. LinkedIn gave me 10 conversions, great. LinkedIn must be the one. I go LinkedIn, Facebook, I just start off, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes, what about assisted conversions?
Exactly.
If Facebook assisted towards a conversion,
Exactly.
how do we track that? We can use that. We can do that in Google Analytics itself. You
Yeah.
don't need any other tools itself, right?
So
And
Google Analytics.
you know, like Mallory, you said like it's difficult to understand different ad platform,
Yeah.
which I agree for layman. But what I felt that if you understand the basic, now the biggest challenge what I see, whoever is coming into digital marketing, they just do a certification course. They show you the certificates,
Yeah.
and they try to be a digital marketer
Right,
rather
right,
than
right.
they
Yes.
understand the basic. So if you understand the basics, it's all same. Doesn't matter you want to run LinkedIn ads, Twitter ads, I don't know, like Snapchat ads, the basics are same. It just looks different user interface, but I think you'll agree, right? If you know the basics, then it's same. And regarding the analytics tool, I think I completely agree with Reuben that one tool you should, use properly, and that is Google Analytics. And then probably on top of that, you can use some third-party app or like Facebook Analytic tool. But Google AdWords can give you like almost like every kind of insight you're looking for.
Okay, so Google Analytics is the only tool. Got it.
So as we are talking about there's like people are not understanding the data or not sure how to use it. So my next question is to you. What is your suggestion if someone wants to be a digital marketer? Because I see there's a lot of people who is like dreaming to be a digital marketer. They
Yeah.
want to be a digital marketer and they don't know what to do. They go to like different institute, paying like 10,000, 14,000 ringgit, getting a certificates and doing nothing. So if someone would like to be a digital marketer, what would be your suggestion?
Okay, so
how they can be a digital
disclaimer,
marketer?
I also teach digital marketing, right?
Yeah.
So,
but I'm sure it's a good course, yeah.
hopefully.
I'm also teaching digital marketing.
Yeah, I'm
Seen
sure
you a
these
lot
are
of
very good coaches.
Right. So my suggestions for people who wants to go into digital marketing is to learn marketing first.
Exactly.
So I find that a lot of people, they go into digital marketing because of the slow entry barrier, right? So they learn the technical parts of marketing like Facebook ads, which one to target, how to do this, how to do that. But they don't necessarily understand the essence of marketing.
True.
Right? So I find that a lot of digital marketers don't have that marketing sense, right? So they're very good at technical. Oh, this is how you target, this is how you do that, this is how the algorithm work, here's a hack, here's a tactic. But the essence of marketing is not there.
Yeah.
And therefore, a lot of the ads seem very scammy, seem very forced and pushed.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
So learn marketing first.
Yeah.
Then pick up the tools, because digital marketing tools, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the social media, they are just tools, right?
Yeah.
And you want to pick up the tools for the right tools for the right job.
Right.
Yeah.
I think coming down to everything we learn, we need to first have like literally why you want to do it. And if, like you said, if you just want to learn it because it's just low entry, then that's where I've met a few that just know tools and know nothing about consumer.
Right.
Or basic marketing for that matter. So when you ask questions, they'll look at you like, okay, this data give you this. I'm like,
Right.
yes, but I want to know what to do, because that's where your consultation part comes in. You have
True.
to understand the framework, the fundamentals, and the basics, and that's where you don't want to just be the person they go to, I need this tool, that's it. You want to be the person they go to help them transform their digital advertising. So, in other words, it only comes down to basic foundation and knowledge. So if you don't understand basic foundation knowledge, you can't do it.
Right.
And I think for people hiring digital marketing for that matter, or engaging with someone, this is your tip, marketing. So they need to know marketing.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 weeks back, 2 to 3 weeks back, I was interviewing a girl, and the funny thing happened. She said she's really passionate about digital marketing, but she's not passionate about marketing, which is really shocking, right?
Yeah.
So digital marketing is not coming from Moon. It's just like the part of marketing.
Yes.
It's just like another wing. And she was like, keep showing me. She got a certificate, so which is really makes me sad that I think we should focus on learning skills rather than getting a certificates.
Yeah.
Because I'm also like a trainer. I also train different places, so I always try to focus on like learning basics. What you said, like understanding the frameworks, than any other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, we are almost at the end of the show. So before we are finishing today's show, I just wanted to ask you if anyone have any question or anyone would like to get connect with you guys, where they can find you.
Social media.
Which
LinkedIn.
platform?
So I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and you can find me at Mallory Loone.
You just have to Google my name, Reuben Cheng, or I have a website, reubencheng.com. You can read about me there. I blog as well, and I write about marketing and also business. So yeah.
So I can add your LinkedIn link into the description section.
Yes, you can. Everything's the same.
Sure.
Name
Okay.
is the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's session. I mean, we really enjoyed talk to each other. So if you guys have enjoyed, or if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section. And we hope to see you guys again next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.